Now for the third card we're using the same set of dies that we've used for the other two. So we're using Enchanted Labels 28, Plain Labels 28 and Decorative Labels 28. And from the largest die, from the Enchanted Labels 28, we're going to cut and emboss one full piece. Then we need to take a piece of card that is larger than the die, and we're going to fold the top over by about 1/2 inch. And if you keep that fold facing downwards onto your cutting mat, you're going to place your die on it so that the edge of the die is just off the edge of the card. And to make sure it doesn't slip, just tape it in place. And then once you've done that, you're going to put your grey mat on top and you're going to run that through your ground calibre. Now once you've embossed that and removed it from your die, you now have a small hinge. And what you're going to do is glue this and place that so that it marries up with it at the top and the bottom, and that will create your base card ready to decorate. So once I've got my base card ready, with the same die I've cut another layer, and I've used some pattern paper for this, and all I'm going to do is just trim this so that I trim the corners off and the top nice and neatly, just following the card, and that's just going to give me a shape that will sit along there. From the other portions to the die sets, I have cut different elements that I'm going to use, and once again I have stamped and heat embossed the sentiment. But if you look at this die very carefully, you can think outside the box, because these little pieces that push out are those, and to me they look like either bows or butterflies. So I'm going to keep those safe. Now what I need to do is work on this piece first, because with foam tape I'm going to add an embossed, the largest die that's been embossed from the Plain Labels 28. I'm going to add that to my card. And then with this one, before I add it to the card, I'm just going to add in some ribbon that I'm wrapping around this central part, and that's going to sit on the top along there. So I've added that panel in place. The next panel I'm going to turn around and add in the other way, and then on top of that I'm going to add in the sentiment, and that's going to sit along there. Then for the top I've created just a small bow, and I'm going to add that to the top of the card just along there, and then maybe down here I will add in some of these little butterflies. So I've added the butterflies onto the blue ribbon so that they'll show up a little bit more. And in the centre for the body line I've used a little teardrop pearl just to accentuate the butterflies. So now all this can be added with some wet glue to the front of the card. So I've added the little butterflies onto the blue ribbon at the bottom just to accentuate them, and for the body line I've used some little teardrop pearls, I've added all the topper to the filigree hinged card, and that completes the third card from one group of dies. So there are 3 relatively new dies to add to your collection. They are the 5x7 Enchanted Labels 28, Plain Labels 28 and Decorative Labels 28. But by mixing and matching all 3 sets, which obviously work together, you can create some beautiful cards that you'd be proud to give.